Hey YouTube, it's Weird Paul. It's time once again for my monthly thrift store score video. Today, we'll take a look at my thrift store haul from March of 2016. Everything you see in this video was purchased at a thrift store, unless I say otherwise, and almost everything in the video was $1 or usually less. Let's start off today with miscellaneous. I got a whole bunch of new magnets. A lot of these are various products or companies. I was excited to get these Isley's magnets, a Pittsburgh company famous for their Klondike ice cream bars. There's also an egg and a cartoon owl, plus 3 vintage 1974 puffy magnets of a Duesenberg J, Renault, and a Phoenix Daimler. I also got stickers of Scooby-Doo, Dora, Winnie the Pooh, Lady and the Tramp, and Hello Kitty. I love not being you. But the prize was this 1979 Kellogg's Sugar Smacks Dig 'em sticker trading card. It was a series of all 50 states. I found North Dakota. I got some more erasers for my collection. A sneaker, hot air balloon, footprint, smiley face, a cartoon panther head, and dim sum. Here's 2 2008 Olympic Games bookmarks. These are lenticular. And this pen that says, "Greetings from your teacher." I also got this coaster. It's from the Alexandria, Virginia bar Barbie Baggins. I couldn't verify if it's vintage, but it looks old. What are midget widgets? Well, they're a couple of little hand-painted Santa Clauses. Seems like painting them must have been a real pain in the ass. I also got this bag of 23 balloons. But these aren't just any balloons. On one side they say, "Just say no," and on the other side, Hills. Hills was one of my teenage hangouts, and they all closed in 1999. These are rare. One of the hardest things to find at thrift stores are vintage video games. There aren't that many of them, and everyone wants them. So I was pretty excited to find this. A 1982 Wiko command control joystick for the Atari 2600. It works great, and it cost me 75 cents. I also got the April 2013 issue of Mad Magazine and 4 invisible ink books. I loved doing these when I was growing up. Let's move on to DVDs. It was a pretty dry month. I got the Muppet Movie and The Best of Benny Hill. What a double feature. I also got these VHS tapes for between $0.10 and $0.25 each. Rush live in Exit Stage Left, and Rush drummer Neil Peart's double tape set A Work in Progress. I collect Vestron releases, and I got Mr. Mom, Gorky Park, and the Care Bears movie. Also Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip, Harlow, starring one of my favorite actresses, Carol Baker, and Half Moon Street with Michael Caine and Sigourney Weaver on the Embassy label. 2 MGM gatefolds of Victor Victoria and Showboat, plus an old CBS Fox drawer box of the Comancheros. And last but not least, Striptease with Demi Moore, the unrated version. Ooh, how kinky. Also came home with this video 8 tape of someone's baby footage from 1993 to 1995. Let's move on now from video to audio. I got a stack of classic 8-track tapes. Alive 2 by Kiss, Double Vision by Foreigner, Passin' Through by the James Gang, Occupation Fool by George Carlin, Fandango and Tres Hombres by ZZ Top, plus Shootout at the Fantasy Factory by Traffic. I only scored 1 cassette in March, and it was the We Are the World album. But I got all of these CDs for 50 cents or less each. Frank Zappa Overnight Sensation, Busta Rhymes Extinction Level Event, Rev It Up by Vixen, The Beastie Boys Check Your Head, Queen Strikes Empire, Marvin the Album by Frente, Legend by Lynyrd Skynyrd, Memorabilia by Mark Almond and Soft Cell, and Dare to Be Stupid and Bad Hair Day by Weird Al. I also found one of the coolest examples of CD packaging ever. This Peeping Tom CD opens by pulling the cover to the right. Now for March's vinyl scores. Johnny Cash at San Quentin, beautiful copy for 33 cents. Lots of soundtracks, Live and Let Die, Pal Joey, Hold On by Herman's Hermits, old radio recordings of Sherlock Holmes featuring Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce, comedy pianist Victor Borge's Fairy Tales, a Chubby Checker Twist record, the Monkees' Headquarters, and a Flatt and Scruggs 2-record set, but only 1 record was in it. I also got a picture sleeve 45 of the 80s John Waite hit, Change. Here's a few more records that I did not get at a thrift store. I got them at a used bookstore. Blondie, Heart of Glass, Debbie Harry, French Kissing, and Rush Rush from Scarface, I Only Want to Be With You by Samantha Fox, and the Kinks' Come Dancing. And I got this picture disc. Jingle Bears on Teddy Bear Picture Records, based on Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
And that brings us to toys and games. At some thrift stores, you can find grab bags of small toys. Even though there's recent junk in most of the bags, I always look carefully to find the best bag. I knew that I wanted this bag because I saw that there was a 1981 Keep On Singing Ziggy figurine inside of it. Other cool stuff in there included this small inflatable guitar, these T-Rex 3D glasses, an Angry Birds shooter, a whoopee cushion, a rubber biscuit, 2 California Highway Patrol frisbees, some vintage gumball machine prizes, and a 1991 die-cast metal tailspin plane featuring Kit. This was a Happy Meal prize from McDonald's. As a stamp collector, I really appreciate this 1973 octagonal-shaped postage-paid jigsaw puzzle from Springbok. I grew up doing lots of puzzles like this one, and it's only about 500 pieces. And I got a 1985 Family Feud game for 65 cents. Survey says... Here's a 70s deck of Stroh's beer playing cards. Unfortunately, they're not all there. Maybe I could substitute in some of these other random cards? I also got 3 X-Men trading cards and 1 1996 Geodude card. It's from the Japanese version, Pocket Monsters. Even though it's not vintage, I still wanted this Woolly Willy that I got for $0.25. I haven't had one of these since I was a kid in the 70s. Okay, everybody ready? Because now it's time for the Find of the Month. On the last day of March, I got all 3 of these vintage board games in one thrift store trip for just $2 each. The 1984 Baby Smurf game from Milton Bradley. Pick out the Smurf that best represents your personality and win by being the player to successfully babysit Baby Smurf. The 1985 Hug-a-Bunch Helping Hand to Hug-a-Land game from Parker Brothers. Go to the magical place of Hug-a-Land and be the first player to spell the word Hug Song. And the 1984 Cabbage Patch Kids hide-and-seek game from Milton Bradley. Pick a card from the deck of kids, then as they descend into the Cabbage Patch, try to be the first to find a match. I got everything that you saw in this video for about $24. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this month's thrift store haul. If you did, don't forget to click on the like button down below. I'll see you soon with more memories. Thanks, YouTube.